And you can joke other times, but this isn't one of those times.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for those small screen genres that have waned or lost public attention over the years. Although some may still exist in an evolved format, others have simply gone the way of the dodo.
At first I wasn't going to give him a +1, you know how it goes, no ring, no bring, but I've decided to make an exception.
Fantastic.
Number 10, Saturday morning cartoons.
Sheesh, I don't blame Ginger for being scared of that dragon.
Nice maneuver, pupil.
Dungeon Master.
Where did you come from?
We realize that modern animated favorites are now available on demand 24 hours a day, yet there still remains a lot of nostalgic feelings out there for that Saturday morning block of cartoon programming many of us watched as kids. The dedicated time set away for animated favorites meant that Saturday mornings were appointment TV for young audiences, just like TGIF was for older viewers.
Hey, we're having a good time. Dance.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Not being able to watch all the time meant that kids looked forward to being in front of the tube, preferably with a bowl of one of the unhealthiest cereals imaginable. It may not seem like much, but the Saturday morning cartoon lineup was for many kids a staple of their week.
Zarkon will have my head if I let them get away. Quickly, use the magnification ray!
Number 9, Telethons.
And they said a telethon, and I knew it's for the kids, you know. But for a minute there, I started to spit up. Because I knew this is a schlep trip from Malibu to see you standing there going, help me, help me.
The telethon hasn't completely gone away, as evidenced by Green Bay, Wisconsin's long-running WBAY-TV telethon to fight cerebral palsy. That one serves as a well-intentioned exception to the norm. However, since most of us don't really see many of these televised entertainment marathons, one of the most famous of all time was the Jerry Lewis MDA Labor Day telethon, which aired in its original capacity from 1966 to 2014.
I commend your humanitarian goals, and I genuinely hope that all Americans will join us in a campaign that embraces so much of the future well-being of our land. Mrs. Lyndon B. Johnson.
This was a syndicated holiday tradition for years and featured many memorable moments, including a reunion between Lewis and his former comedy partner Dean Martin. The genre just doesn't occupy nearly as much network TV time as they did back in the day.
When I was a kid, I've seen every movie, I've seen everything, the Colgate Comedy Hours, the whole thing you've ever done. And I always thought, well, there's a guy named Jerry, and he's successful. Maybe I could do it.
Number 8, sketch comedy.
It feels real good to walk streets again after being in jail doing 7 to 10. Would you be mine? Won't you be mine? I wish you was my neighbor.
While sketch comedy remains popular and has many dedicated fans, we think it's fair to argue that perhaps the golden era of sketch comedy television is in the past. Many of those same fans seek out classics like Mad TV or In Living Color for some nostalgia.
Our secret to success is right here in our new little booklet, How to Make More Money Without Using Your Money.
Meanwhile, the post-Chappelle Show landscape featured a legion of imitators attempting to hitch a ride for some sketch comedy Skrilla. Sure, Saturday Night Live remains a staple, but fans are largely divided with regards to the quality of its writing and humor. Plus, a lot of sketch comedy has migrated to different forms of production, like social media, rather than broadcast television.
Can I get one decaf, one regular calf?
I don't do decaf, Ben. No decaf.
Are you hearing any of this?
Actually, hey, do they have Samoa? I'll take a Samoa. I'll do Samoas.
Ooh, do you guys still have Thin Mints? Oh, maybe this is weird, but I'm more of a tagalongs kind of guy.
Number 7, celebrity Christmas television specials.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light.
Many of us like to get a little corny around the holidays. We might even have our favorite old-school Christmas specials that get us feeling all warm and fuzzy. However, the era of a celebrity-led primetime holiday special isn't exactly the cluttered landscape that it was back in the day. Sure, Lady Gaga kept the spirit alive with her Thanksgiving program in 2011, but TV used to be littered with these family-friendly jams.
I like the likes of you. I like the things you do. Looks like I like the likes of you.
Celebs from the worlds of music, acting, and stand-up comedy would sing songs, host skits, and spread cheer for their audiences. Names like Bob Hope, Judy Garland, and Johnny Cash helped make the most wonderful time of the year just a little brighter.
Born by the little bitty baby who was born in Bethlehem.
Number 6, traditional primetime sitcoms.
You know what? You got spunk.
Well,
I hate spunk.
You know the ones we mean. Think filmed in front of a live studio audience. Sitcoms will always be with us, some with canned laughter and others with in-person giggles. The genre has changed a lot over the decades, both in how they're created and consumed. The old-school sitcom formula is largely missing from today's television landscape.
What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight.
Many old-school sitcoms were episodic exercises in comfort aside from the occasional deviation. You can still find this kind of programming, but the sitcom evolved just like many other genres. With the amount of experimentation in programs from Seinfeld to Community, Always Sunny and beyond, the traditional primetime sitcom is largely a thing of the past.
It didn't work out, huh? Did Bess tell you?
Number 5. Soap operas.
You buried that kid alive. Now, if it hadn't been for the tracking dogs, you'd have killed it. Oh, God! You're going to be sorry for what you've done to that kid. I promise you.
The term soap opera serves as a large creative umbrella. You could even argue the narratives of professional wrestling could qualify as soap operas. The medium is also international, especially with influential programming from all around the world. But television in North America used to be chock full of soaps, from classics like All My Children and Guiding Light to the gothic grandeur of Dark Shadows.
You must leave Collinwood tonight. Please. You've got to leave Collinwood before it's too late, before you get caught, before something happens to you.
Daytime television looks a lot different today than it did then. While some titans of the medium still endure today, the storylines and characters are probably far from household names.
How do you think your daughter would feel if she knew you were taking her sloppy seconds?
Number 4. Video dance shows.
3 of the most beautiful and talented sisters you've ever seen in your life are going to be looking you dead in your eyes where your beauty lies.
Music has been an important aspect of television viewership since the first sets began appearing in people's homes. There are a number of bygone relics, from music chart promotional shows like Top of the Pops to video countdown shows such as TRL. Then there were shows that attempted to bridge musical hit charts with dancing, such as American Bandstand, Hullabaloo, and Soul Train. MTV's The Grind was a staple of dance show culture in the 90s.
I'm in Las Vegas. I'm here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, and I'm hosting The Grind today at 4. See ya!
The genre found success in highlighting music as well as the popular culture of youth. However, it's unlikely you'll find a full-on dance program when you reached for the remote today.
And I don't have a dime to think about what makes a flower grow.
Some applause, huh?
Number 3. Anthology series.
Yeah, we're gonna make it, you and me. Just you and me.
The TV anthology series is another genre that still exists, but in a different form. Contemporary examples like True Detective and American Horror Story fit the genre, but they tend to retain a season-long narrative. This wasn't always the case. Classic examples like The Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, and Amazing Stories were anthology staples that remained episodic in execution.
You remember those stories I told you already? About the trading posts, and the war parties, and the Pony Express? Well, as long as you remember those stories, I'll always be there to tell them.
There were few or no connecting threads between episodes, other than actors returning to play different roles. This made their stories easily digestible. It wasn't only horror and sci-fi that got the anthology treatment either. With dramas and thrillers like Masterpiece Theater and Alfred Hitchcock Presents, programs in this style definitely feel like a throwback today.
Good night, until next time.
Number 2. Made-for-TV movies.
These are my father's books. He teaches from them.
Then you must teach me.
The Hallmark Channel may have cornered the market on a made-for-TV Christmas today, but the heritage of the telefilm stretches back many decades. It was here where homegrown small-screen shockers would attempt to lure in audiences with promises of A-list acting, compelling stories, and big-screen thrills.
Now look! I know how this must sound, but that man is crazy. He's been trying to kill me. I mean it.
Well, I tell you, if I had to vote on who's crazy around here, it'd be you.
Viewers of a certain age will likely point to made-for-TV horror flicks like Gargoyles or Don't Be Afraid of the Dark as classics. But telefilms weren't only dealing in horror.
I pulled on it. They kept saying, it's you we really want.
Sally, please don't.
I held on to it, but I couldn't.
ABC's lineup of after-school specials would air features dealing with the various social struggles young people might encounter. You could say the made-for-TV movie of yesterday shares many qualities with the made-for-streaming movies of today. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Musical variety shows.
You know what they're saying, Cher? This is serious. Can you be serious for a minute?
I know what they're saying.
They're saying...
I can't believe he's so dumb.
Believe it or not, there used to be a time where one couldn't pick up the remote or get up to turn that dial without stumbling upon some sort of musical variety show. An extremely prevalent genre in the 1970s especially, its origins date back even to the 1930s and 40s. Generally, variety shows hinged upon the host.
If you saw Dick Butkus, if you saw him without his helmet, without his pads, I mean, he looks exactly like I do.
Celebs from Donnie and Marie to Sonny and Cher received their own variety shows. Episodes would feature brief skits, gloriously corny jokes, and tons of music. Attempts have been made to revive this format, including one from Maya Rudolph and Martin Short in 2016.
We're not married.
Yet, and I'm not your father.
I don't teach you yoga.
Why would you bother?
Time will tell if the genre will return. Which of these old school genres do you want to make a comeback? Let us know in the comments.
48 hours. 24. You're beautiful. I love you, baby.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.